Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. My bisexual GF likes going to female strip clubs as she finds it liberating. I am a straight male 31 and I am dating a lovey, 33F, who happens to be bisexual. Now I don't go to strip clubs because I almost don't see the need. I feel like it fuels the idea of infidelity, like I am attracted to my GF. I don't really want to see other women dancing naked. To add a bit of context to our relationship, we have issues in the bedroom due to her being in an abusive relationship for 10 years. She is working through this, but a lot of the time she does not touch me, so it leaves me feeling unwanted, unattractive and a bit down. We have spoken about this and she is working through this as best she can, and I am being patient and trying to be as supportive as possible. I know that trauma takes a while to get over. Previously she has spoken about going to strip clubs with friends and she enjoys getting dances from the girls, enjoying their beauty, form and confidence. Her abusive ex left her feeling a lot of shame about her sexuality, so she likes to live vicariously through the dancers. She said recently that she nearly went to a strip club the other day when she was out. This made me feel a bit down, reason being the way she talks about the beauty, skill and confidence of these women makes me feel inadequate. She says this is not sexual thing but makes her feel empowered. I can't help but feel like it is sexual, and with her being bisexual I find it harder to believe, but I don't want it to seem like stereotyping her sexuality. With the problems we have, it just makes me feel like I am not enough. Reddit, do you think I am overreacting? Or getting in my feelings? I feel like I am trying my best to be understanding due to her past. I don't want her to feel trapped or anything that was similar to her controlling abusive ex. Why are you in this relationship? It gets better than this, you know. She doesn't sound ready to be with someone. If it's due to her past, that's okay. But she needs to resolve that before she hurts another person. You're not supposed to feel unwanted. That's the opposite of what your partner should make you feel. Why hurts another person? Who did she hurt before? I agree that maybe he should find someone with whom his views are compatible on this. Hurts another person as in, hurts someone other than herself. Perhaps you're reading another as multiple people instead of an additional person, i.e. in addition to herself. She being previously hurting and hurting an additional person, him. This has nothing at all to do with her views. Not wanting to touch your partner, in this case, has nothing to do with her philosophical views. She enjoys strip clubs but won't touch him. How could anyone expect to find a partner that's okay with that, let alone not be hurt by it? She's not ready to be with anyone, regardless of their views. Have you ever been to a strip club? I'm sure you would find it liberating too, to pay someone money to have them grind on you while you touch almost every part of her body. Watching is one thing, but getting dances, my friend, you are not in a monogamous relationship. You need to let her go and figure herself out for a while if you don't want to share her with strippers. If she thinks a lap dance isn't cheating because she paid for it, oh boy. Reason being the way she talks about the beauty, skill and confidence of these women makes me feel inadequate. She says this is not sexual thing but makes her feel empowered. Honestly, reads more like she wants to be one of the dancers rather than do one emo. That said, she can probably find similar inspiration elsewhere. Like ballet. I find it inspiring when hot naked people let me touch their bodies too. Super inspiring. I kinda get it. I'd never have the confidence to get on stage in front of other people even with my clothes on, let alone while removing them with a spotlight on me. There's a force of will and confidence there that I'd be envious of. Further, depending on the past 10 years' sexual trauma, it could be a way to view yourself as attractive again, and a way to reintroduce sexual contact in a safe and controlled environment. So she should be single. It's not rocket science. Nowhere in the story or any comments does it mention lap dances. Did you delete it, or are you projecting your own details? She enjoys getting dances from the girls. Have you ever been to a strip club? Even if you're not going back to the back for a private dance, when a girl gets a dance, especially if it is on the floor, it is 100% full contact. Given you two have problems with sex, it's logical that you'd feel this way about her doing things involving sexuality without you. I know it's not sex, but it's a very sexually charged atmosphere. Now that being said, it's possible that given her history she does find it liberating and she's interested in the confidence of the women, and it has nothing to do with you. My wife, who is also bi, had a few bad years before we met where her confidence and self-image were thoroughly destroyed. Even now, many years later, she frequently connects with women who are showing the confidence and pride she once lost in herself. She loves a dominant, assertive woman who isn't going to put up with any shit. Her feelings about this have nothing to do with me. Talk to her and lay out your specific concerns and let her tell you her side. Hi Op. You mentioned your ex had been abused. It's not uncommon for those who have been abused to gravitate towards over-sexual environments to attempt to reclaim their power through sexuality. You'll find quite a few previously abused sex workers. Definitely not all people are attracted to that line of work for a variety of reasons. There's some other comments that say it sounds like your GF wants to be a stripper, which seems like a way for her to reclaim her power. I think your GF could really benefit from therapy to work through the issues she has around sex. You might also ask about going to a strip club with her. Everyone's experience with them is different. I've been to a couple birthdays, bachelor parties, and I was amazed by some of the feats of strength and balance you see. I have other friends who find them sad, or still other friends who think they're boring. The point is they're not any one thing and everyone has a different experience. Perhaps if you went with your girlfriend you could see what they are to her and better understand her. It really might not be sexual for her in the way you fear. I'm bisexual and I love women's bodies on a deep level. Just everything is so beautiful, and that doesn't mean I'm sexually attracted to all the women I think are beautiful. A nice not sketchy strip club might be nice. That being said, if my partner expressed he was uncomfortable, I'd stop going because I'd want him to do the same for me if I was uncomfortable with something like that. Tell her how you feel and tell her you feel guilty asking her to stop because you know it's a form of liberation and excitement, but it makes you feel inadequate and it hurts you. Maybe you can work something out. Maybe ask her to go to strip clubs less often, or maybe she should just phrase it as I went out drinking with my friends, we had so much fun. I'd ask her if she could stop describing how beautiful and immaculate these women are. I understand how you'd feel like you're not enough. It's not really an issue with her sexuality, it's just an issue with her going to strip clubs, which in a lot of relationships could be an issue. This is hysterical. If this was a man going to strip clubs, you would be up in arms. Just another example of this sub's disgusting sexist double standards. Literally her second sentence says if her partner was uncomfortable she'd immediately stop because she'd want them to do the same. Stop reaching. I would have had the same reaction if it was a man. Lol, not everyone is a hypocrite. I literally said if he didn't want me to ID stop, I'd cow. That's some kind of double standard. She is cheating / getting her thrills somewhere else. Imagine you doing this to her. Would that be okay? She's cheating, dude. Break up with her. You're like every other man who posts on this sub. The quintessence of confidence, self-respect, and assertiveness. Keep killing it, King. Story 2. My girlfriend restricted me on Instagram. Hi everyone. I recently discovered my girlfriend got me restricted in Instagram, and I don't know ducking why. On New Year's Eve, she went out with her friends. That's okay, I did the same. That night, I ran out of battery and asked a friend for his phone to let my girlfriend know I was out of battery because we were supposed to come back home together. We live very close to each other. I opened my friend's Instagram and she posted stories. Nothing strange, just stories in her home with her family, but I couldn't see them. I had been blocked in stories. I told her, and she told me she didn't do anything. I asked her if she could look if she hid stories for me accidentally, and she was a bit evasive. She finally did, but she did very quickly and I could see it clearly at 100%, but I'm almost positive I saw she had me blocked in stories. I decided to give her the benefit of the doubt. Last night, she texted me late at night. She told me she was in my profile because I uploaded a story and she accidentally clicked on stop following. It's okay, accidents happen, but she lied to me. When I woke up, I wasn't following her and my likes in her photos disappeared. She blocked me, but I think she instantly unblocked me. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it happened. I told her again, she told me she didn't block me. I told her the same thing, she told me she didn't know what happened. And a few days ago, I realized she restricted me on Instagram. I can go through her profile, I can DM her, I can comment on her photos and I see those comments, but if I go through her profile with another user, my comments are gone. They don't appear. I don't understand what's happening. We went through a difficult situation together. We almost broke up, but we're together and I thought we were okay. She's currently going through a lot, and I'm supporting her as much as I can. I was with her this weekend, and I didn't tell her anything about this because I thought it was not the moment, but this is killing me. I don't know what to do and what to say to her. I'm panicking right now, to be honest. I don't want to sound controlling or paranoid. Honestly, she probably doesn't want someone else she's interested in to see your comments. Let her go. It isn't worth it and you deserve better than this. She's playing games with you and that's not fair. I'm sorry you're going through this. Regardless of what you choose, I hope you are able to find closure in the situation. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to be paranoid, I promise. I'm not a controlling guy, I've never been. I want to ask her, but I don't know how. Thank you for your kindness. You did ask her and in response she lied to you and started acting more shady. Just break up. My ex-wife did something similar to me and I used to work at Facebook. Never used IG for personal use, only for product testing so it didn't bother me, but later on I found out that she had alternate online life without me and was pretending to be single and available. Get out of this shit ASAP. You deserve better. I can relate to this. Been there. ASAP is exactly right. It sounds like she's trying to hide you from someone on social media. I went through a very similar situation in a relationship I was in. It also sounds like she doesn't want to be honest about what she's doing, which is weird. If she really has nothing to hide, then she wouldn't be restricting you on her Instagram. It kind of sounds like she's just jerking you around and doesn't really care that much about your feelings. I think you should talk to her and tell her exactly how you feel about what she's doing, and tell her that if she can't be straight up with you about everything, then you don't want to continue being with her. It sounds like if you stay with her while she is hiding stuff from you, it's only hurting you. She's monkey branching and doesn't want her new crush to see she's already in a relationship with you. Let her go and spare yourself the heartbreak/humiliation of being dumped/cheated. Sounds like she's checked out and looking for alternatives. Sorry bro, but you gotta bail. Yeah, you block people when you're doing SHD they wouldn't be cool with. One time I forgot to block his other account and it was a whole thing. Yeah, it's shady, and in my current relationship if I even felt the need to do that or my partner actively did, I'd start making plans to split. But you know your relationship and I say one thing is a mistake but three is a pattern. I don't understand what's happening. She tells me very nice things, she wants to make plans with me, she takes me with her family. We've been together a year and a half. I don't understand why and I'm afraid to ask. Make a fake account, follow a bunch of people, get some followers and then follow her. See what's up. Or ask your guy friends what her stories are usually. Actually, I did. I reopened a very old account I had and, as she has her profile opened, I checked her profile. I'm not blocked now, but my comments aren't shown. Do you guys have photos together on your pages? Yup. and they are still there. That's why I don't understand anything. Keep being afraid to ask, that'll help. Rude. Find a better way to communicate instead of putting someone down for something that's difficult for them. Who made you better than everyone else? When a monkey goes from one branch to another, it does not let go of the branch it currently holds until it gets a solid grip on another branch. Some women do the same thing with their partners. Not even just women. I think it comes from an insane desire to not be alone, in general. ETA, I do like that metaphor though, a lot. Next time, find a girlfriend who doesn't make your life complicated, judging from your post history. An honest person has nothing to hide. Story 3. My wife humbled me. Been a married man for 15 years, but my wife has cheated on me multiple times. Hi, I have been married to my partner for 15 years, and I thought we were very much in love. She had multiple male friends and they all came to the house for dinner, for Christmas, or events that we had, and also invited them for picnics. I never suspected my wife of cheating. My mother-in-law had questioned her about having multiple male friends. Of course my wife did not budge. Now I've just found out that my 2 kids are not mine, and when I confronted her about the late night calls she said, "Oh, they called me to complain about your relationship, and I'm trying to advise them since I am married." She went to Turkey, and she told me she was on a girls' trip. I saw the plane tickets. I saw the girls come to the house and drove in my wife's car to the airport. I knew that yes, what she said was true, but then again, I discovered that the Turkey trip was for her to meet a bunch of guys that we had previously arranged. For over 23 years some of them had arranged to meet up in Turkey, Istanbul in particular, for holiday, and then we traveled to Greece. I didn't know that until 2015. I noticed that if I want to talk to her she always finds a way to fight me, or scream on me just for me not to talk to her. We went for counseling, she changed by about 2 weeks, and then she grew worse, so every little thing I do she complains. She's not ready to accept that she's wrong, and it is kept going on until but I feel seriously sick, and I was told that I will never be able to walk again. My wife stopped cooking for me, she took the kids away and left me alone. And then when she came back to ask for my credit cards, to buy things for the children I didn't ask I didn't order, I wouldn't give her, and then she said, "Oh well, they're not your kids by the way, I will ask your dad," and that was how I found out that old as he is my wife attitude on me. Now the father of her children is married, a normal guy, not interested in her. He's actually called the police to stop her from coming to his place, and he does not in any way what a difference was ability for the children, so she is begging me to accept her and I am torn. Please advice. Are you asking if you should take back your wife that did nothing else but to cheat on you, or are you asking for advice about the best way to avoid her and cut her out of your life? Because that is what you need to do. That woman is only interested in you because of your money and because the other guys don't want to be with a woman that never even heard about the word loyalty. They wanted to have some fun with her and then send her back to you, which they did with the blessing of your wife. Of course you can take her back and have that all again, but is that really what you want? What do you want? I am not sure I can take her back, but I miss the kids badly, they've become part of my life. Then go to a lawyer and fight for your rights as their father. Are you the one who signed their birth certificate? Yes. I have to ask where you are from, because advice in this area is going to be very generic until you parse out some of that information. Also, the way this was written was not very clear, so if I get some of this wrong, please excuse. Generic advice would be, how do you feel about the kids? Are you close with them? However, I would get a DNA test before I did anything else and make sure they are yours. If not, then you have some serious thinking to do. Since the STBX stated they are not yours and you believe they are someone else's, make sure it will make all the other choices way easier. As for the spouse, I would not trust the person they are now. They have lied to you and shown contempt of you. They demanded a credit card to pay for the kids. Did you turn off the credit card? Have you seen the receipts of items for the kids? Or is she charging stuff to take care of herself? I would not hand a credit card to someone that I could no longer trust. If it was for the kids, I would make her take you with them and buy the items yourself, but I would not use the word trust with the STBX. You stated something about not walking. Are you bound to a wheelchair and she left you? Can you take care of yourself? Are you physically okay? If not, you need to take care of yourself. I would not suggest staying in something this toxic at all, so I would suggest seeking legal advice and ending the marriage. How you treat the kids is something you should think about, but the STBX will use that as a battering ram if she can against you. I still do love my wife and the kids. It is emotionally wrecking for me and I am now bound to the wheelchair. Dude, really, what advice do you want? You should know, any person in circumstances like yours should know that the best option is to get a lawyer advice and divorce. You need to protect yourself from this woman, stay away from her for your own good. I still love those kids and wish to be their dad. You can't change the facts, it is your life. If you allow her to take advantage of your good nature, that's you, bro. You can't win them all. She needs to go. With that said, get an attorney and fight for the kids. She's a ratchet woman and you need to remove her from your life ASAP. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night, wherever you are.